Buffalo Bills.
So I got a little bit of a backstory with mine now. So I don't know if you want to go or you want me to spill the beans.
Um, I personally think um I I don't necessarily know if this one's gonna happen. I think the guy's probably gonna be gone.
Yep.
I got Kenneth Grant going here. You had him all the way up at 17.
Yep.
I think I'm going 30. He's probably in the next month going to keep rising. He's right now the 25th prospects. I could see the Bills trading up a bit to get this guy. They do have the capital for it. But I can also see the Bills trading down. Um,
So tired of us trading.
a couple extra picks wouldn't hurt. Getting the team a little bit younger.
Just stick and pick. Stop getting
Stick and pick.
younger. Our window's now. Attack.
But we can keep the window open by getting younger. But yeah, Kenneth Grant, that's probably going to change in the next month, though. Like I said,
Yeah.
Solid defensive tackle.
Yeah.
It
No.
would be amazing if he could go to the Bills.
I'd love it.
Great partner for
Ed
Oliver.
Good.
You could have Joey Bosa, Rousseau, Grant, and Oliver as your front four.
That's pretty solid.
Very solid.
That's pretty solid.
You'd have two stud linebackers. You'd have two stud corners with a gop stap. And you'd have one healthy Rap who could be a solid safety. And who knows who is the other safety? Is it going to be Hamlin? Is it going to be Bishop? I don't know.
We brought back what's his face, Mike Edwards, I think, or someone like
I
that.
would hope not.
We brought one of them back. Oh no, Dane Jackson we brought back.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, that's what you said. Oh, right. Sorry.
Um,
I was thinking of someone else. I was thinking of Kyrie.
oh no, he gone.
I know. So awesome.
Let's talk about that for a second. I kind of hated that. Yeah, you clear up 2 million. You get, I think you gave up him and a 7,
For a 5. And I think a future 6.
or no, I think you gave up him and a 6. You get a 5 and a future 7. Was that what it was?
I think so.
Um,
That's
I would rather have just kept him for a year,
No.
seen if he can get better,
No.
play to his strength. We never let him play to his strength, not once.
What's his strength?
Man coverage.
He got burned every
And
time we put him out there.
press man coverage.
That's just not something we play.
Exactly. Just let him play his game.
Well, you know this, and I'm sure maybe you agree. I hated the Kyrie pick.
But you wanted a corner that year.
I wanted a corner, not Kyrie.
We were very, very different with this pick. You said we needed a corner. And I said, even at the time, I said, we have Dane Jackson.
Who was off the team like a month.
No, he was our number 2 that year.
Did we trade him?
Or he was our number 1 or number 2, because eventually Benford became the number 2.
Yeah.
But that was the year where we basically just needed to wait like half the year to get Trey White, which actually turned out to be like 3/4 of the year to get Trey White.
And he
wasn't so good. Luckily, we did get Benford out of that deal, or out of that draft.
Yeah.
But we already had Jackson. We didn't necessarily need another corner. We found out, yes, eventually Trey White kept getting hurt, got released. It did work out that we got Benford. So it kind of evened out. Like, you use a first on a corner, use a 6 on a corner. One corner's good. It's probably going to get very, very rich next year.
Yeah.
Turns out it's not the first round pick. But you did have Jackson. This year, again, we have Jackson. I think he's a solid 2. He does have occasional injury problems. Benford, occasional injury problems. I could potentially see them going corner if Grant's gone. I don't necessarily see them needing to fight Kansas City for the tackle. I think they're pretty set with their offensive line.
Yeah.
wide receiver you don't really need to fight over unless you're going to try to trade up for like Golden or McMillan if either one of them fall. Uh, that's why I just see him. If you're not going to trade up, you can see a lot of cases for them to trade down.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I
So
just
stick and pick. It. I don't. I think this is the year, if any, to trade down if you're the
I don't
Bills
think we should have done it last year. I think we should have stuck with whatever we were gonna
and
do.
taken who
Because you could have still took Coleman
I know.
if you
I
wanted.
hated my
Well,
your Elam pick is my Coleman pick.
no, 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 hold on.
I wanted
No, no,
McConkey
no. Let's be fair.
so much more.
Let's be fair. No, you are 100% correct. But I wanted uh the Worthy because we both didn't want Keon Coleman. Let's get that out of the way real quick. But I think I think if we just would have sticked and picked, took either look, McConkey was gone by then, right? Because I think he went what 20th or whatever the hell to the Chargers.
McConkey? No, he went like 38th or whatever.
Oh, he went in the second.
Yeah, he went in the second.
Okay, so yeah, I would have much rather McConkey or Worthy with our original pick.
I told you. Well, yes, I completely agree. I mean, it's really kind of hoping uh, the defensive tackle Carter works out for the Bills. That was
Dwayne.
kind of Dwayne Carter.
Yeah.
Um, that was really the whole thing with that pick is like we get that third, we
Sure.
get a defensive tackle that gives us depth. He didn't really play. He got hurt often, or not often, but he got hurt a couple times, missed a lot.
Yes.
Could have been better.
Yes.
When we drafted Elam, there were a couple players that I wanted instead of him.
Okay.
I'm trying to see.
So
No, that was a different year for that one guy.
this is an inside joke. I want to just get out of there. But did you ever think that the guy who gave birth to the world would be like our most important guy on offense? He gave birth to the universe.
He gave birth to the college football season. So, for those that don't know, there's an Instagram post. If you go on to Alec Anderson's Instagram, a picture I showed Jake years ago, Alec Anderson has a belly, and he was holding it like he was pregnant, and said something along the lines of "Here comes the game opener," and Jake made the joke of, "Oh, look, he's birthing the college football season." Or I can feel it kicking or something is what he said.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah, the season starts.
very funny photo. Look it up. He's got a
Yeah,
very funny
please.
Instagram.
The caption, yes. Give it a like, give it a follow.
But back in 2022, the two players that I wanted instead of Elam that I said we could use and they'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Tyler Lindenbaum
Okay.
and George Pickens. And
What-
you looked at me and you said George Pickens is not going to be a good wide receiver in this league.
Yeah. And
Do you regret not taking George Pickens in the
No.
first now?
George Pickens is like the biggest diva in the league right now. We would have dismantled however we were going with Diggs. It would have been the same exact thing we would go with Pickens. I'm not saying Pickens is bad. I'm just saying he probably would have been worth the headaches that we wanted to get out of. That we were starting to try to move on from. It's like taking Diggs' antics and just putting them on someone who's like 8 years younger. I don't regret that. Now DK is going to get all the love, and George Pickens will be like, "Well, I want the ball too. Why am I not getting on the ball?"
It's funny the so far um the stats are saying the top 5 players from the 2022 draft: Brock Purdy, Sauce Gardner, Trent McDuffie, James Cook, Drake London. Stats wise.
Sure.
Now, these stats, it's very easy for a quarterback who is really the only quarterback this year to have good numbers. It's kind of, I guess, weighted in quarterbacks' way to
Yeah.
be good and too like it's very tough, especially for a player like Sauce Gardner who doesn't really get picked on that much. He's only got 3 career interceptions.
What's another thing though? But like Deron Bland got like 10, but I don't think he's like a top corner in the league.
Just very um
It's another one. It's like the same thing for sacks for pass rushers. Like picks are kind of like
2022
whatever.
was not that great of a draft
No,
for everything. That's kind of funny when your top rated player is the last one
yeah, really. Literally Mr. Irrelevant.
and number 4 is James Cook. That's very funny actually. Um, but what do you have the Bills doing?
So I made a haha funny. This was originally Nick Emanuele because I told you there was one pick in here that it was a hope. It was like it would be awesome. This was it. However, he's going to the Ravens now, which left Malachi Starks to fall to the Bills. I think this safety group is bad. We, uh, I can't say what I want to say about Damar Hamlin, so I'm not going to
Why can't you?
because no one's gonna like it.
No one's going to like it.
It's gonna be the main reason why my name will remain 2 millimeters size in this graphic here. Should I just say it? Should I just be public enemy number one?
Hmm.
Should I say it or no?
Just say it.
Just say it.
Just say it.
Damar Hamlin's bad at football, and we re-signed him for pity.
You're allowed to say that.
I don't think that re-signing was for the betterment of the team. I just think it was, hey, you've mean so much to this city. Please come back.
I think it's a 1 year contract. It's come in here and compete. If they really cared to resign him, they would have just resigned him before he hit free agency. I think he probably wanted a little bit more money. They said, test, see what happens. He tested. Not that nobody wanted him, but it wasn't as good as what he thought it was.
No,
I mean, he's a starting safety.
I mean, it's kind of out of on a huge technicality. I think Malachi Starks is immediately better than Damar Hamlin. I think Taylor Rapp has become an injury concern to where I don't think he can finish the season.
So is this more along the lines of you're afraid of Rapp and his injury problems, or would he just also start straight right over Cole Bishop?
I think this is a result of us having the worst safety group in the league, and we can get a bona fide starter.
So you don't think Cole Bishop's a bona fide starter?
Not right now.
I think he's very athletic and he's shown flashes
the upside of Cole Bishop.
But I would have to agree with you from what I've seen last year. I don't think he's ready.
No.
And I think if he could actually, what you have to do though is you have to give people time. You have to give people
but that's just not something
play.
we have right now.
But you gotta then you didn't win the Super Bowl last year. Now you could have said, "Oh yeah, we should have did that last year," but should have, could have, would have.
It's nothing about the Super. It's just getting great players, getting good players for your team.
Then the Bills would technically be better off just trading for safety.
We don't have money. All the good safeties make money. We don't have that. But I think Malachi Starks has the ability to be pro ready and to be a day one guy, which again we need. And when you look at the league, our safety room ranks the lowest or among the lowest. There's not one guy in that safety room where you're like, oh, we got to avoid him. We don't have a Micah Hyde anymore. We don't have a Jordan Poyer in his prime, even though I think his prime was very short and I think he fell off a lot quicker than people want to give him credit for. But, we don't have that sure thing back there anymore. So I think we need to establish that immediately and get a guy that I know or that I somewhat feel more confident in can make an impact.
Yeah, the Dolphins really shouldn't have offered him a contract.
No.
He kind of fell off the last year when he was with the Bills.
Yeah, he was god awful for the Dolphins.
And that was kind of like what started our whole bad safety streak that we've had going on for. I think the corners, though, make it look a little bit better.
No,
but
1,000%. Like they
um,
cover up a
but
lot.
like I said, now without, I mean, with Douglas was having a bad year, probably because of the safeties. Um, we'll see
And
if Dane Jackson makes any bit of a difference.
don't get me wrong. I still think we need another corner, whether it's we try to make a move for Jair or we just bring back Douglas because it seems like his market's a lot worse than he originally thought. I still think that would be a huge benefit for us as well.
There was a stat before they signed Dane Jackson. It was Dane Jackson, Levi Wallace, Tre'Davious White, Bristol Douglas, and Stephon Gilmore, all in free agency. All five former Bill corners. Could have signed any one of them.
That's crazy to think about.
Um,
All like stars too for us.
at one point,
Yeah,
I wouldn't say. Well, you say star or starters?
stars.
I wouldn't say Levi Wallace was a star.
Well, undrafted though.
For being undrafted, he was a very good player.
Yeah,
Yes,
like
and
he was a known.
just saying with like Dane Jackson as well being a 6th round pick, he's a very solid player for us.
Sure.